G.K. Chesterton's Orthodoxy is another book in our Word on Fire Classic series, and gosh, how I love this book. I first came across Chesterton when I was a college seminarian. I just transferred into the college seminary and I needed a course. And one of the only courses available was one taught by Father Stanley Rudke, who was a wonderful Chicago priest. And it was in G.K. Chesterton in the English department. And I had no idea who G.K. Chesterton was. But I had to get a course, so I signed up for it. Turned out to be a life-changing experience. Father Rudke took us through a lot of the great texts of Chesterton, including Orthodoxy. Is there anyone in our tradition more exuberant, more effervescent, more joyous, a better writer than G.K. Chesterton? Is there any better apologist? Think of C.S. Lewis, one of the greatest apologists of the 20th century, was deeply indebted to Chesterton. And this book, along with The Everlasting Man, I would say, is his masterpiece. There's so much you could say about it. In fact, every page of Chesterton is like drinking champagne. I mean, every page is so rich in its writing and its density of ideas that you have to kind of just sip it. You can't gulp Chesterton, you just sip him a little bit. The one idea that has really stayed with me all these years is what I call bipolar extremism. And what Chesterton means here is that Christianity at its best holds together great opposites. It doesn't represent a compromise of the two, but rather the opposites that are held up like a great white flag and a great red flag. He says that someone like St. Francis could be more of a shouting optimist than Walt Whitman, and St. Jerome, in emphasizing negativity, could be more pessimistic than Schopenhauer. His point is that there's a capaciousness to Christianity. It includes these extremes, but in this red and white way. He says that Christianity always has a healthy hatred of pink. What he means is it doesn't represent a compromise of these two things, a blending, a mixing, but the two of them together. The ground of that, of course, is the incarnation. Jesus is not simply divine, simply human, nor is he some kind of amalgam of the two. Rather, he's fully divine, fully human. And that central paradox informs all the paradoxes of Christian doctrine and practice. Anyway, there's one idea, and that's a brilliant idea. I mean, I've used that for years in different settings, and that's one idea out of 100 that you'll find in this great book. So that's why we've included Chesterton's Orthodoxy in the series.